Countdown timers add urgency to your sales page and offers. You can customize them however you like. Click the countdown timer element in the Elements tray to add it to your page. In the Properties panel, click on the countdown timer settings. Choose your countdown mode: fixed, evergreen, or restart. Fixed will count down a specific point in time, such as a special event. Set the end date and time, and choose the time zone your timer is in. And your timer will show the equivalent duration remaining wherever your user is based. Evergreen will count down a specific duration of time from when the user loads the page, such as 2 minutes remaining. You can set the duration. In this mode, you can also select what level of time to show on the countdown timer. To do so, make sure to set your countdown timer mode to evergreen. Then, go to Timer Appearance in the Properties panel. You can see a switch option at the bottom of the tab, allowing users to turn on and off the display by days, hours, minutes, seconds, with standard active and inactive design. Note, switching off a time period will switch off all greater time periods, so switching off hours automatically switches off days. You cannot have a timer which shows days, minutes, and seconds. Conversely, switching on a time period will automatically switch on all shorter periods. You can only switch off time periods when the period is set to 0 in the Timer Settings tab. All greater periods are set to 0 in the Timer Settings tab. So, in a situation where the timer is set to 0 days, 3 hours, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds, you could switch off days but not hours, minutes, or seconds. Restart lets you reset your timer to once or twice per day, an hour, fourth hour, half an hour, quarter hour, or once per week. It includes a delay feature where you can prevent visitors returning quickly after leaving your page from seeing a refreshed timer. On all types of timer, you have the option to show timer, hide timer, or redirect the page when they run out. Show timer will keep the timer showing on the page at 0. Hide timer will make the timer invisible on expiry, leaving empty space. Redirect page will take anyone browsing the page at the time of expiry to a new page. Click redirect, and you can enter the URL you want your visitors to be taken to once the timer expires. Using multiple countdown timers on a page. If you have more than one countdown timer on your page and you want the countdown timers to display at the same time, go to the Countdown Timers element Properties, Countdown Timer Settings. At the bottom of the tab, you will see an Update All button, and by clicking on this, it will copy the options set on the Timer Settings tab for this timer and apply them to every other timer on the page. Note, other settings like font, skin will not be copied across, only the options in timer settings. Timers will keep the existing defaults when they are added to the page. This option only affects the timer currently on the page when it's clicked. You can also alter the appearance of your countdown timer. Select your countdown timer, and on the Properties panel, click on Countdown Timer Appearance. Select your skin. Simple shows numbers and labels only. Circular shows numbers, labels, and a disappearing arc around the units of time. Expires on shows the expiry date of the timer. You can also choose the font weight, color of the texts, color, and width of arcs if the circular skin is enabled. If the simple skin is enabled, you can also choose to display the labels below or above the numbers. Starting and stopping countdown timer based on page events. To set up action on your countdown timer, select your timer, and in the Properties panel, click on Actions and Event. Click on Add New Action. After selecting your preferred event type, choose Countdown Timer. You are presented with two options: Start Timer, which will start a pause timer running again, Pause Timer, which will pause a running timer. If the countdown timer has been named, it will be shown in the recommended drop-down selection of the target. If you haven't named the element, it will be shown as countdown timer. Start paused, evergreen only. In timer settings, if the countdown mode is changed to evergreen, a new toggle option becomes available called Start Paused. If this option is toggled on, the countdown timer won't start until the start timer, action in actions and events has been triggered by your user. Note, once the timer has been started, it won't pause again if your user leaves and returns to the page.